What's up guys, it's EvanHusa57 here, and we are back on Neverwinter on the Xbox One. Today I will be talking to you about refinement points and refinement point farming, since most everybody has their artifact belt, or artifact weapon, or multiple artifacts, or all of the above. You're going to need a lot of refinement points. By now, if you're looking up refinement point farming, you've come to the same conclusion that it takes forever to get refinement points. So we're going to start off, and now depending on what you're using for refinement points, you can use enchantments, you can use shards of enchantments, and you can use gear to actually refine like your artifact weapon and your artifact belt. And I did not go with the artifact belt on my control wizard, but I do have my artifact weapon already, and of course it's up to legendary. So right here, the best way to do it, because if you use equipment and enchantments, they don't really give you that much, and the gear only gives you a few hundred. So as you can see, we have these refining stones, and we have renaissance stones, which are specifically for artifact equipment, and then we have regular refinement stones. Now as you can see, I have quite a few here. I've got 2 stacks of 99 paradots, another 49, 65 of the lesser renaissance stone, 86 of the minor, and I even have 2 black opals that are worth 10,000 refinement points apiece. Now just with what you see in this one bag, I have 479,500 refinement points. That's almost 500,000 refinement points just in these stones, not counting the marks of union and things like that, just the refinement stones. And if you wait for a double refinement weekend, that would be just under 1,000,000. It would be 959,000 refinement points. So that's a hell of a lot of refinement points. Now the way that you get these, you get those stones to drop, and they are bound to your character, but you get that by using the Dragon's Horde enchantment. So we'll take a look at the enchantment. Right there's the enchantment, Dragon's Horde enchantment. And there's a couple different ways that you can get variants of that enchantment. You can buy them with silvery dragon scales. Right here, there's the lesser Dragon's Horde enchantment. This is the base enchantment. It's a 1% drop chance after killing a foe to find a refining stone at your feet, and multiple copies of the enchantment increase the chance to find a refinement stone. However, it does cost 15 silvery dragon scales to buy, and there's only a couple ways to get silvery dragon scales, one of which is opening tyrannical or fell dragon lock boxes, but it's not a guaranteed chance to get that. The other way that is a guaranteed chance is as you progress through the campaign, you can come over here to, it's technically the 4th option that you have, which is Dragon Horde enchantments. And it takes 20 hours to make it, but you can make a lesser Dragon's Horde enchantment for a cost of 75 Dragon Horde coins, 4 cult secrets, 4 dragon sigils, 6 gold, and 20,000 astral diamonds. The other option, last but not least, is to go over to the Tarmaloon Trade House, go under Refinement, Enchantments, and you can just search for dragons. It's got to be put in, specifically with the apostrophe S, or it won't pull up. But just put dragons, and that'll pull up all the Dragon's Horde enchantments, so you can buy them off of the marketplace. A lesser Dragon's Horde enchantment's about 35,000, and a regular Dragon's Horde enchantment, which is pretty rare, they're about 230,000, 250,000. The highest level that they go is the greater Dragon's Horde enchantments, which will actually give you a 3% chance of finding a stone after killing a foe, but they cost on the trade house about 1,000,000 astral diamonds, so they're kind of ridiculously expensive. But let's go ahead and see if we can't earn a few of these refinement stones. So you can basically gather up these refinement stones pretty much doing anything that you want. Doing skirmishes, doing dungeons, whatever. Now, the enchantments itself are not bound, and once you put them in gear, you can take them back out of gear. It does cost gold to do so without breaking the enchantment, but you can transfer them between characters. So when you get enough refinement points on one character, if you have multiple characters, you can put them on the other character and go get the refinement points that way. Now, a real easy way to get refinement, or to get kills, sorry, excuse me there. Anyways, a real easy way to get kills, since that's all you need. It doesn't matter what level your character is. It doesn't matter what class you're using. I'm using my control wizard only because of the fact that you can kill large groups of enemies, and the more enemies you kill, the greater the chance that you have of finding a refinement stone. But you can do dungeons, you can come into a level 1 area, you can come into a high level area. I'm in Ebon Downs here, and just very easily massacre everything. Now remember, I only have 2 Dragon's Horde enchantments equipped right now, so I have a 4% chance when I kill a foe of actually finding a refinement stone. And of course, the higher the level enemies that you're facing, the better loot that they'll drop. So if you're a level 60 character, you know, you'll be able to get scrolls and higher level enchantments and things like that. We're just going to go over here in Ebon Downs to one of my spots that I like to use for trying to farm these enchantments. Now, I will do a couple other videos on some really good spots for actually farming these refinement stones. But for now, we're just going to use the basic area here in Ebon Downs, since you can get it off of anything. And all this stuff is really easy to kill. Now, I know you're not seeing any drop, but that's because of the fact we only have a 4% drop chance. Now, you can have 4 utility slots, which is what the Dragon's Horde enchantment has to be equipped in, is your utility slot. And then that would give you a better chance of finding them. But since I only have 2 at the moment, I don't have quite as high a chance of finding it. That bag of salvage is from one of my other enchantments. So it does help if you run multiple types of enchantments. The other thing that you can do is, you're going to see, I'm going to head over here to where the dragon spawns in Ebon Downs. Kind of kill everything along the way. And was that one? No, that was not one. You can pick up the enchantments if you want to pick them up, but basically right now I'm just going for those kills. The best ones that I've found to kill, though, are higher level enemies. If you're a level 60, you want to try and be killing stuff like in the Chasm or in Whispering Caverns, or anywhere that's group leveled. Like right here's a good spot at the Ebon Downs Dragon. You can also farm the dragons. Come on, game, don't freeze up on me. Sometimes the game freezes or lags, which is a little bit annoying, but oh well. And of course, I definitely recommend, you know, you pick up those enchantments when you get them. The enchantments are beneficial too. You can use those to refine your artifact and your actual weapon enchantment, armor enchantment, things like that. You just can't use them to refine your artifact belt or artifact weapon. As you can see, there we go, there's a lesser renaissance stone. That's worth 2,500 refinement points. Plus I'll take this other stuff that's here. And if you really wanted to, you know, if the dragon's up, you can get a dragon kill. You can kind of run this circle and kill all of these guys pretty quick, pretty easily. You can also run the epic lair of the Pirate King. That's really good for getting a lot of kills, and it's not very hard to do. Temple of the Spider is also very good for kills, but it is a harder dungeon to complete, and it does take longer to complete that. So it's not really a good way to actually farm the refinement points. I prefer just killing stuff in the open world. Come on, game decided to lag a bit. There we go. Chalice, of course, inventory's full, so, you know, I can't pick up those things, but I'd recommend that you do this with an inventory that's not full, so that you know, you can pick up the other treasure, sell it for gold, things like that. Make some extra money while doing this. Now, it's not the fastest way, but it definitely helps. There's a Peridot, so that's another 500 refinement points. And we're gonna wander around here and see if I can't find something else to kill. Actually, dragon's up in 5 minutes, so you know, if I wanted to kill the dragon, I could just wait here for 5 minutes and then the dragon would spawn. Kind of what some of these other people are doing, in addition to the actual daily quests. But now, while you're killing these guys, there's another lesser renaissance stone. Of course, I'm rooted by that green dragon, so give me a second to pick it up. There we go. So I've gotten 2 more of those and a Peridot, just running around killing this stuff. Like I said, you can go to the chasm, you can go to Mount Hawthorne, Whispering Caverns, anything like that that's in the upper 50s and 60s, and you'll easily be able to still kill the stuff and get these drops. Now that's something, that huge bag of salvage is from a different one of my enchantments, so don't worry if you don't get those. But that's why I use multiple copies of the Dragon's Horde enchantment, trying to get those to drop as fast as possible, because at the later levels on your artifact belt, and especially on your artifact weapon, you'll actually have about 50,000 refinement points just to go up 1 level. So while I had 480,000, actually 479,500 refinement points with all the refinement stones that I had in my inventory, I would still burn through that extremely quickly, trying to actually level up my artifact weapon. So what you want to do is, unless you just got your artifact weapon and it's like a green and you desperately need to level it up, go ahead and get it to a blue, but don't waste any refinement points after that. Save all of your refinement stones. Now the bad thing is you can't mail them to yourself, and you can't, you know, put them in a shared bank. You can only keep them in that character's bank. But go ahead and save everything for a double refinement weekend. They've done it now twice since the game has been out on Xbox One. Your stuff, all of your refinement points. So that 480,000 refinement points would go ahead and then give me 959,000 refinement points, which is more than enough, or at least should be more than enough, to get my artifact weapon from epic to legendary. And possibly by then I might have an artifact belt that I want to level up, or of course you can use these refinement points to level up your actual artifacts. So for a lot of you guys that are running multiple artifacts, I have 2 myself, Portal Stone and the Lantern of Revelation. So that's 2 things that I have to focus on leveling up. These refinement stones definitely come in handy for that. And any easy kills that you can pick up are nothing more than just another chance at having those refinement points drop. You'll usually run into a lot of people around the dragons. There's another Peridot, so 500 refinement points. Mainly because people are trying to farm the dragons and get their daily quests for doing the dragons out of the way. So the dragons can sometimes be a little bit harder to get your kills in. Just bear that in mind, and you might want to pick a different area. But it's completely personal preference, you know, what area you want to farm. You can be you know, either near a dragon, or like I said, go to Whispering Caverns, or really you can go farm wherever you want. If you just wanted to run skirmishes, you can do that too, and you constantly have, you know, a chance with every kill of getting those drops. That's a minor renaissance stone that's worth 500 points. But you can see these guys are hanging out here waiting for the dragon, so I might just go ahead and pull a dragon kill as well. Since the enemies around the dragon will spawn more frequently when the dragon's actually up, That'll give me the opportunity to kill more targets and get a few extra refinement points that way. But basically you just keep running a circle. Do watch out if you're in this area and the dragon's about to spawn, because the minions will not stop attacking you while the dragon's going through its animation of flying in, so you can end up getting killed that way, which is a little bit annoying, but I mean, it's just something that you have to watch out for. Now, depending on what character you're playing as, killing these guys can be a little bit difficult, especially if you have a healer. So this isn't necessarily the best way to do it if you have a healer. Now, all of these refinement stones are bound to the account that you earn them on. So you can't go and, put them up on the auction house and make a bunch of astral diamonds that way. As you can see, the dragon is in the process of spawning, and that's why my game had decided to freeze there for a minute. That's what you have to watch out for and why you don't want to be down here. So, you know what, we're going to go ahead and pick up the quest since I haven't done that. But we'll also kill this dragon right here. And that'll help. So basically every chance I get, I'm just killing everything. Which is why I do like to run Temple of the Spider if you have some friends on, and you guys can run that if you have the required level and gear score. That's a very good dungeon for getting kills. There's just a massive amount of enemy, and the more enemies that you have, the better. The more chances that you have for getting those stones. So I'll go ahead and deal with killing these guys. And I'll pick up the enchantments. Well, my inventory's full, so I can't get that enchantment. And then go ahead and kill the dragon. Because you'll get another enchantment from killing the dragon, plus, if you had the daily quest for it, which is the quest that I just picked up. Depending on how far you are in the campaign, as you progress through the campaign, you'll unlock all the other dragons. And basically, you just want to take it down as fast as possible. If you get technically the final hit, the killing hit on the dragon, you'll have a chance that when the dragon dies, for it to drop you a refinement stone. So it's possible to get refinement stones from that as well. And now you can completely just pass the dragon up if you're just going to focus on farming and you really like an area. And the dragon spawns, you can then just go over to change instance and change instance so that you don't have to fight the dragon. But that mainly only applies if you're lower level or you're in one of the higher areas like Rothe Valley or Whispering Caverns and there aren't enough people there to kill the dragon. I mean, right here we've got a good amount of people, so killing the dragon really won't be much of a problem. I have my artifact, so can go ahead and use that. See, here's one of those red iron golems that spawned. It's an extra one. Just be careful that you don't get hit by the dragon while you're trying to kill the little minions. He did not give me anything. Oh well. Almost got him down to half health, so you can actually take these guys down, these dragons down pretty quick. There's another one of those guys that just spawned. So keep an eye out for stuff dropping at your feet, especially being that I'm a control wizard. I'm doing area of effect damage while I'm actually targeting the dragon. So anything near the dragon, any Cult of the Dragon, black dragon claws or anything like that that run up there next to the dragon or aggro on anybody, you'll be doing damage to as well. And basically that's just an added chance of having a refinement point stone drop. And you're going to need a lot of refinement points. So you definitely want to stockpile these. I wouldn't necessarily spend the 200,000 at the moment for a regular Dragon's Horde enchantment. They are kind of pricey. You're better off actually getting 2 of the lesser Dragon Horde enchantments and then paying the money to upgrade them, get the right marks and everything to actually upgrade it into a Dragon's Horde enchantment, since you can get those for about, if you're buying them on the marketplace, 30,000 diamonds, or maybe 40,000, depending on, you know, it is a player controlled market, so the prices can fluctuate. As you can see now, I'm hitting all those other minions that are up there, the black dragon claw, the white dragon wing, all those guys are now taking damage, so when they die, I'll have that chance. Of course, they're targeting me, so that's not fun, but I'll have a chance of them dropping the refinement point stone as well. And for some reason, you tend to get the paradots, which are the 500 refinement point stones, more often than you get the actual like white pearls, which are the 100 point refinement stones. But I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing. The more refinement points, the better. There's another minion. I hate those little spinny guys. But there's just so much stuff to kill in this area. You can also get your Fell Dragon lockboxes if you are opening those, and get a chance of having the silvery dragon scales in them, and then go ahead and buy your Dragon's Horde or lesser Dragon's Horde enchantments that way, or get the Dragonborn pack. And of course, from killing the dragon, you know, that one gave me a rank 3 draconic enchantment and the Dragon Horde coins. So if you guys have any questions, comments, want to know more about anything or different farming spots, make sure that you go ahead and leave a comment. Otherwise, smash the like button and subscribe for more content. So thanks for watching.
Others here, main. Let's hope that's